Swamiji hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
I can't hear you. Can you be loud, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Swamiji Pranam, Atma Vandana ji Pranam.
Namaste.
I'll request Atma Vandana ji to kindly start with prayers.
Yes. Hari Om Sabko. So I'll just start with the invocation.
I can't hear you. Can you be loud?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Kindly all of you can close your eyes and invoke Lord Ganesha, and further on we'll be chanting the Rudram, the first anvak of Rudram. ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यव उतोत इषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यां मुतते नमः यात इषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः शिवा शरव्या यातवतया नो रुद्रमृडया याते रुद्र शिवा तनुरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुवा शन्तमया गिरिशन्ता बिछाकशीः यामिषुं गिरिशन्त हस्ते बिभर्षस्तवे शिवां गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसिः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छा वदामसि यथा न सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत अध्यवोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक अहिघुश्च सर्वाञ्जन् भयन् सर्व आश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रु सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्र अभितो दिक्षु श्रुताः सहस्रशो वै शागुं हेड ईमहे असौ यो अवसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयाति नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीरुषे अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वा नो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्ज धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरार्त्नियोर्ज्यां याश्च ते हस्त इषव पराथा भगवो वप अवतत्य धनस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षते शुदे निशीर्य शल्यानां मुखा शिवो न सुमना भव विज्यं धनुकपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम् उत अनेशन्नस्येषव आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः याते हेतिर्मीदुष्टमहस्ते बभूवते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाया नातताया दृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवरस्मन्निदेहितं शम्भवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ हरि ओं तत्सत्.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful
Thank you.
thing. I'm extremely grateful. Thank you so much. Atma Vandana ji is one of my very favorite people persons you find on our platform, quietly attending lectures, submitting homeworks, and she exhibits her brilliance in her homeworks. Okay. She's very quiet. Okay. So I love you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Now, very quickly, we have Swami Charana Shrit Giriji Maharaj, Sri Sri, okay, Mahamandaleshwar. Okay. and is based in Rishikesh and Haridwar ashrams there. Okay. And he is very famous worldwide, okay, for removing the secrets of Swara Yoga. Swara Yoga, many people might not be knowing, especially the young ones. It is mentioned in our Shastra, especially in Prashna Marg. Okay. It teaches how to use it uh, to remove your bad karmas, align your karmas. Ida Pingala, we have two nostrils flowing, okay, one this side, and then the Sushumana. So, uh, very, very advanced. These courses are wonderful, very advanced, okay. And it is a sadhana. It is not something you learn and you're back to your normal day-to-day life. It's every day that you need to do it. So he's been kind enough, okay, to teach Swara Yoga in Saptarishi's astrology. We should be starting that in March, okay, something after Shivratri because of Shivratri and this thing. So we had announced it earlier in January. And Swamiji, Pranam, are you there? Swamiji, can I?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay, I can't see you. 1 second. Swamiji, are you? Yes, Swamiji, Pranam.
Namo Narayan.
Swamiji, please, first and foremost, I must say thank you for coming for this Sabha. And Swamiji, if you can quickly tell us, we know very little about you. Okay, if you can quickly tell us, I know you had the divine darshan and how you learned Swara Yoga is a mystical story altogether. But I'm quite sure before we move on to our main topic of the Shivratri, okay. So, Swamiji, few words if you can share. Swamiji.
Yeah, on what about myself?
Yes, Swamiji.
Oh, I'm just born in India, brought up in India, in a Indian family with Indian culture. And my background is my grandfather and other family members were saintly. And then I got very good environment from early childhood to learn about our sastras and the yogic knowledge from beginning itself. And as I grew, I developed very deep insight about it. And in very young age, I started searching about the core principles of life, who controls us, why our life is like that. Is there any way we can alter the destiny and we can overcome all the limitations of life? In the meantime, I um, came through various gurus. And in that, I met my guru, Swaray Guru. He appeared himself in a very, very secluded, divine place of the Jyotirling of Deogar Baidyanath under a people tree, having the as simmered body, having matted hair, and tall, very, very divine appearance. He called me and asked me, "Do you know Swara Yoga?" And I said, no, I don't know about it because earlier I had read about Yoga Sutra, different philosophy of India, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and all these things. But I was not aware about Swara Yoga. So he said, you knew that you have forgotten. I'll initiate you again. Then he initiated me. My meeting was for a half an hour. And then he gave me 5 sadhanas and a book, told me to come back after 3 days if I have any questions. Then went through the book. I did sadhana, I had some experience, and then also I had a lot of questions. I wrote so many, and I went to the same place. But I could not find him. So I was started searching, asking people. They said we never saw this kind of saint here in last 6 months also. So then I went to nearby Samsan, the Ghori sadhu there. He said there are so many people. Sadhaks comes here as a Siddha pit. So he might be in Maybe in Samsan, you go and check. I went there, so there were 2 dead bodies burning and their family members, but I could not find him. Finally, after 3-4 hours of search, I realized because he has told that the knowledge will reveal itself. I've been initiated already. You just practice and keep learning this, reading this. I did this for next 12 years. And so many secrets of Swarya Yoga unfolded, manifested, came in front of me. I verified them by practice, found to be true, the mystical science through which we can attain everything in our life. The one master key through which all attainment can be made. And then I continue this sadhana. Then I took sannyas and became the sannyasi of Sri Panchadasanam Juna Akhada. Then finally, the Akhada has now also given me the title of Mahamandaleswar, the lineage which is there, the part of Akhada. And then I am still continuing the teaching. So this science is known as the science of Sarva Siddhi, because the entire Shastra has come out between the dialogue between the Shiva and Shakti. And in that, the first question itself tells about the vast area of the Shastra. When Mata Parvati asked Bhagwan Shankar the question, Deva Deva Mahadeva Kripa Kritvam Mamopari Sarva Siddhi Karam Jnanam Kathamasva Mamoprabhu. The Sarva Siddhi word is very, very vast. Sarva Siddhi means nothing is left. There is nothing which is left. She could have asked Yoga Siddhi, Moksha Siddhi Karam Jnanam, Dhana Siddhi Karam Jnanam, Yasa Siddhi Karam Jnanam, Aishwarya Siddhi Karam Jnanam, Arogya Siddhi Karam Jnanam. She asked the question, Sarva Siddhi Karam Jnanam. Please reveal upon me, O gods of all the gods. Be gracious upon me and reveal upon me the most secret, most profound knowledge, which can give all attainments, all perfections in life. And then dialogue went on, and it covers everything from simple meditation to higher attainment to predictions and all topics, even childbirth. A couple can get divine child, they can decide the gender of the child, male or female, quality of the child, what kind of intelligence child will have.
Right.
All these things, and then getting the prosperity, health, abundance, awakenings, mystical powers, knowing present, past, and future is the common things. Not only that, desired meditation, manifestations. So those who practice this, the things just manifest. You are looking for something, you are not finding, you'll find that somebody has come to your home with that same thing as a gift. 2 days before I wanted to get some pure haldi from the farmer for some application. So we're talking, then we'll go, and I went to market. I did not find that. So when I came back, one person came to my ashram, gave me 2 kg of haldi, same kind of haldi.
Oh, God.
It was sweet.
Oh, God.
These are the very, very common thing. Means
Right.
you think and things just unfolds and manifests.
Very true. What I would like to appreciate here, astrology students would be thinking how Swara Yoga is. If you read Prashna Marga, it's very crystal clear. There is a portion in Prashna Marga on using Swara Shastra, okay, for this thing. There is a shloka also. An astrologer without the gyan of Swara Shastra, okay, is not an astrologer. I would not prove because
It
yes,
is there that Swarahinasya Devagya Nata Hinam Yathageham. Swarahinasya Devagya means the astrologer without the Swara is like a house without the master, a body without the head. You are referring to that sloka.
right, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I tried my hand at Swara Yoga way back in 1995 when I was in my last year and I was doing filmmaking course and all that. And it becomes a habit to use Swara Shastra to predict. In college, once people come to know you, predict, people storm you for every silly things. But here, what I got stuck was at the tattva level, identifying the tattva. If you attend Swamiji's course, okay, or the course that we are doing, okay, you realize it is so advanced, the angulas, the tattvas, the shape of it, and how you can feel the angle of each tattva, okay. But anyways, today we are assembled not here for Swara Yoga, but Lord Shiva is the originator of Swara Shastra. He says it is the most supreme thing. He says we are here for Lord Shiva. So everything under Lord Shiva, we are going to discuss. We are going to ask Swamiji, how do we please Lord Shiva? Everybody wants to know from you, from the simplest upaya or simplest ritual, whatever is the correct word. Please forgive me, okay, Swamiji. So, how do we please him on Shivratri daily, and maybe an advanced ritual for the sadhaks here? There are many advanced sadhaks here, and so if you can spare a few minutes and please tell us.
Lord Shiva pleasing is very easy. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. The Shiva is, divine, beautiful, truthful, eternal. So it is always there. Shiva is never far from you. In Saiva Agamas, which we follow, Saiva Tantra, Saiva Agama, the meeting with Shiva is not explained as a so far distant phenomena. It is known as prativigya, recognition. The forgotten Shiva has to recognize that's all. Right now that I am Shiva. But that I am Shiva is logical. That the experience of eternal Shiva. And for that, there are many sadhana and all these things. But the simplest way is, if you have the true devotion and love, offer the bilpatra and just jal, water to Shivaling with the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. That has enormous power to wash out all the problems, the karmas, and so many things, and also the grace, to receive the grace. So only with that. So you don't have to do a lot of effort, the simple thing. And Shiva is in the form of grace, is known as Guru. So grace is the part of the Shiva who appear when you are ready to go back to the source. So first with the Leela, Shiva creates the universe. Shiva makes the jivas, so many jivas like us. 𝐂𝐸𝐿 𝐵𝐻 I am one, I should be many. For his own pleasure. Leela, it's called Leela. If anybody asks why he has to do, you have to recognize him to know that. Why he has to do. So 𝐂𝐸𝐿 𝐵𝐻 he became many. And once that is a Leela and part of the creation. Once Shiva wants to bring you back to himself, then he appears in the form of grace. It's called Anugraha. So Saiva Agama say he Anugraha. In the form of Anugraha, grace, he comes back to you again and he shows you the path to recognize him. And that grace itself is the Guru. So Guru is the part of the Shiva coming in the form of the grace. So it is Shiva himself is now taking you back to your own self, to your own nature, to your own original state, the universal, transcendental, eternal state. Now on the Shivratri, what happens? Normally, everybody goes to Shiva temple for the worship and puja. Now that day, Shiva is coming down to the descent to the Kundalini Shakti to take the Mata Parvati to the abode of him, that is Kailasa. So Shiva is coming with the Bharat, isn't it? You know that, no? Shiva Bharat, where everything is there, all the divine beings, the celestial beings, and bhutas, pichasas, demons, everybody.
Right.
Shukracharya, and even Brihaspati, Devaguru, Asurguru, everybody is going together dancing to the house of Himalaya, Himaon, the king of Himalaya, for the marriage. And this is the time when Shivratri comes, the Shiva descends from the Kailasa, from Sahasrara to Muladhara Chakra. This is the natural conducive time to tap. Because here already Shiva himself is coming as a grace. He himself is available in the environment within and around. So awakened, so available that time. So on the Shivratri day, especially in the night, it's very special. Because when that Shivratri comes, the same energy again created. One is the external story where marriage is happening. There is an eternal, process is also happening at the same time. So a story apart, eternal process is very important. So Shivratri Day, what happens? The descendant of the consciousness to the Muladhara Chakra, the lower level, with the purity, with the same state, without dilution, and taking back the dormant Shakti, awakened Parvati, which is being separated in one of the kalpas, where she was the daughter of whom? Prajapati, right? And what happened to that? She was known as Sati. She was in love with the Shiva, and with lot of hurdles, somehow she got the marriage. And one of the asuras called Tarakasura, he has created a lot of control over the universe, divine powers, and only he has taken Vardhan from Shiva to only who can kill? Only the son of the Shiva can kill. And he thought the Shiva is the sannyasi, so there will be never a son and I'll never be killed. Somehow Mata Sati got married, and everybody thought that now the child of Shiva will come, who can destroy this demonic structure of the universe and bring again peace and prosperity. Then somehow what happened? He was so angry with the Shiva. The Daksh Prajapati, he conducted a yagna and he did not invite Shiva. And all the devas were going with the Akas Marga. She saw Mata Sati, and then she requested Bhagwan Shiva, I also want to go. He said, see, you are not invited, why you want to go? No, it's my father, what's wrong in that? Father ke ghar mein ja sakte beti, I can go. Finally, with the Nandis and Vringis and Sringis, all this, some Ganas, she was sent to Prajapati, and he insulted Shiva. And she could not take it. So she thought, with this body, with my ear, I have seen the insult of Shiva. So she left her body by putting herself in the yagna, fire. And from that time, the Shakti went into the invisible form, separate from the Shiva. And Bhagwan Shiva, out of that incident, all this thing happened. The Virabhadra came and destroyed everything, cut the head, and all this goat head, all this story. I am not going to go into that. Then what happened? The she again separated from Shiva. Shiva went to the Mahasamadhi. Now, from so many kalpas are very big period. You know that. In one kalpa, there are 14 mantras. One mantra is 71 Chatur Yuga. One Chatur Yuga is 4,32,000 something. You count several crores. So 108 Chatur Yuga or 1000 Chatur Yuga equal to one kalpa. Like that, several kalpa went on like that to unite Shiva and Shakti. But it did not happen. So in this kalpa, again, Mata Parvati somehow now she incarnated in the form of the daughter of Himavan. After so many kalpa, now he was not coming out of Samadhi. So he was, Samadhi was broken, Kamdev was, what is called, he became as burnt out with the third eyes, and all this thing happened. Finally, after all these things, Bhagwan Shiv agreed with all the divine powers, Vishnu Bhagwan, everybody tried about rishis for the sake of the universe, then he decided to descend down from the Kailas, where he was in the transcendental state, back to the house of Mata Parvati, to take her back to the Kailasa, to become again complete Shiva and Shakti, which were never separate. But somehow the energy was separated, which was never separate, but it was separate in the sense that it was not functional that moment.
Externally.
So that again, it has to again reunite And that reunion, the Shiva himself came down. That first time happened that Shiva from the Kailas came down to this plane and came as a क्या बोलते हैं दुल्हा के रूप में. And then marriage happened. So the Shivratri is very special. It is not very simple day, a night. That night, that energy, the descent of the consciousness into everywhere in atmosphere. If you could connect that night by keeping yourself awake, sitting in a meditative posture, or offering Abhishekam to Shiva, puja. We are doing like in our ashram 4 pahar Abhishekam. In day and night there are 8 paharas. Each pahara is equal to around 3 hours. So 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 3, 3 to 6, whole night we have 4 Rudra Abhishekam. You can also sit and meditate and you can chant Om Namah Shivaya. That also is fine. If you have some temple, you at least you can't do night, at least evening 1 hour, 2 hour, you go and sit and do chanting, do some offer of jal, be part of it. This celebration of unification of your own self, recognition of Shiva, the power, the divine union of Shiva and Shakti, because without that nothing can happen. Now Shiva and Shakti is a very, very core principle of the universe. You might have heard about the Sankhya philosophy and all these things. But Sankhya philosophy, you see, it is the third level of the creation. But as a separate, it is taught like a one philosophy where Purusha and Prakriti is there. And that is very difficult to explain how Purusha and Prakriti came together and universe created. But if you see the Kshaivagama creation, there are pure creation, there are pure impure creation, and then there is a impure creation. That comes the Sankhya here, impure creation, that is Purusha and Prakriti. That is part of that, 36 element. In Sankhya, there are 25 elements. Above, there are other elements. And very detailed explanation, what is Maya? What Maya power possesses. So, you can understand, go through all these things. These are the part of the knowledge. But overall, if I say, coming back to the source here, that Shiva and Shakti is the main phenomena from which everything is appeared, and Shakti is not Jada. I am telling why I am saying the Purush Prakriti part. Prakriti is Jada. Jada means unconscious, it is not conscious. Here, the Shiva is self-illumined, Swam Prakash, and Shakti is Bimarsh, to display the Shiva in the universe and dynamically create the universe is the Shakti. Shakti was never separated from the Shiva. So Shiva is Shakti is a dynamic expression of Shiva. Shiva is Prakash, Shakti is the Bimarsa. Bimarsa means Shiva becomes self-aware because of inherent power Shakti. So they never separated. So they got again united, and again the entire creation has that transcendental divine reunion of the Shiva and Shakti on the night of Shivratri, and the same energy is every time created, and it is coming again on 15th. So especially that day is very special day in the sense ki if you give extra effort, many janmas, your karmas will be washed away just like that. And doing Abhishekam, Rudra Abhishekam, puja of Devi and Bhagwan Shiv gives many fold fruits equal to Aswamedh Yagnas. One Aswamedh Yagnas is so big.
Yeah.
And in Kali Yuga, by just offering one Rudra-abhishek, you get several of them. So I just suggest everybody ki that day, however you there, wherever you are placed, you connect that night to this divine reunion of Shiva and Shakti, descent of Shiva and ascent of Shakti at the same time never happens.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Swamiji. One quick question. Swamiji, since you teach how to combine prayers with the right swara, the correct swara, okay. So the Ida should be flowing during Shivratri, Rudra Abhishek, or what should be, or should we change it to Pingala? What do you suggest, Swamiji?
You can start with the Ida.
Okay.
Sankalpa. You take the Sankalpana, you can do in a Ida Nadi.
Okay.
And then you can let it change, no problem. Starting, you
So-
should start with the Ida.
So it should be Ida Jala Tattva or Prithvi Tattva?
Depends on Prithvi Tattva is good.
Prithvi Tattva is good. ठीक है. Swamiji, if you permit, I'd like to contribute something for your Rudra Abhishek Puja at your ashram, if you permit.
You can do so.
Thank you so much, Swami. On behalf of Saptarishi's team members and volunteers, I'd like to do additionally. We are also doing it at Ujjain, Mahakal Mandir. I do not know if Atma Vandana ji or Bindya told you, but we are performing Rudra Abhishek right in Ujjain Mahakal Mandir itself on 15th Shivratri. So difficult project. I do not know how much successful I will be. Very
I will
scared.
show you the darshan of our temple, Bhagwan Shiv. It is similar to like a Mahakal Mandir Shivling only, Spatik Shivling.
Acha. I'll request everybody to have cameras on and take blessings of the Shivling up.
Can you see
Have-
that?
Yes.
थोड़ा सा इसको
Beautiful.
highlight me so that I can full view I can see.
Yeah, one second. I'll just yes, now. Everybody, please take blessings.
Can all see. It's not highlighted, I focused.
You, one second, you are spotlight. Yes, now you're in spotlight.
Now, yes, see.
हर हर महादेव
Har Har Mahadev.
awesome
Please
Buddy.
have respect by putting your cameras on and taking blessings.
And we are exactly on the bank of Ganga.
Acha. Swamiji, is that the nine Mars over there? वो left side में था?
क्या था?
Left side में जो छोटे मूर्ति थे, no, not
Navgraha,
opposite.
Navgraha.
अच्छा, those are the Navgrahs.
Navgraha, you can see all. These are the
एक
Navgraha.
साल से पेंडिंग है आपके आश्रम में रहने का. कृपा करके भगवान चाहे तो जल्दी हो जाए.
And from here you can see these lights you can see on the bank. Can you see the bright
Yeah, beautiful.
Ganges from here
Beautiful.
right now? So we are exactly on the bank.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, please play pranam to Swamiji for his blessings, and may all our Shivratri pujas be successful by Swamiji's blessings and everybody's blessings. Thank you. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Thank you so much, Atma Vandana ji. Pranam. Sir.
Om Namo Garg. May I leave?
Om Namo.
Yes, Swamiji. Thank you so much for your precious time.
thank you Swamiji
Thank you, Swami.
thank you Swamiji
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Swami.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, Swami.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Swami.
Satyanarayan ji, are you there? Our next speaker is Satyanarayan ji, Janki ji, Somu ji. Satyanarayan ji, can you unmute yourself, please?
ஜானகி மேடம் இருக்கீங்களா? Sir, Mr. Sunil John,
Yes, sir.
she is Janaki and she is also a student of astrology and she is a chartered accountant and she worked in this UN, America, and in many countries she worked for the international organizations like UN and other allied systems.
That's right.
And she is also a counselor for many mentally depressed persons. She used to give counsel and many of them got cured. Many of the students know due to stress. I used to send, my wife is a teacher. So they used to send and she used to cure those students and they will be getting good marks. Okay. Now she is in India. She will be giving something about this Shiva.
Yeah. Janki ji, namaste.
Okay. Namaste.
Namaste to all of you, and thank you, Satyanarayan ji, for the introduction. But I've given up the job long ago, so I'm no longer in that space anymore. So I don't even identify myself from that avatar anymore. That's forgotten long ago. But anyway, I'm very happy that he pushed me to come here and share what I know basically. So I'll just start with a small prayer for Shiva and then say how to go about it. Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Bhasmam Karakaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So, I was not sure what the topic was, but I said this is something where we can't, this is Adi and Ant is him. So we are just two small, very minute particles which we can share or whatever we know. So
That's kind of you.
it was
I'll
daunting, but
I'll
yes.
just tell you a small thing what people expect. Wonderful, lovely stories like how Satyanarayan ji did yesterday. I do not know if he shared the stories with you or our
Not
YouTube.
yet.
Okay.
But no problem. I do watch your videos. I am an ardent student of yours, and I follow you for a long time, specifically for the Ketu ones.
Okay, all right. The Ketu, where it sits, it will make you
Oh
go
my
down.
God, absolutely. And my
Yeah.
Ketu is in the 10th house. So you can imagine my career would have
Oh,
never been bothered about.
okay.
So, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Something not found in books, but yeah.
Yes,
What you're
exactly.
also expecting, you come from which part of India are you from, ma'am?
I also am a Tamilian, but I have lived across the country and across the world. So
Right.
it started off, I stayed in Delhi and for a long time, Bombay. I started my career in Bombay, Hindustan Petroleum. Then I went off to Germany, Switzerland, Bangkok, Kathmandu, and life.
Oh, wow.
And that was life changing. Yeah. Apart from that, yes, from very young age, we have been traveling very specifically as in a spiritual pilgrimage in many ways. So the past 10 years have been mostly spent only to probably grow within and seek the divine both outside and within. So it is somewhere there in between. We try and balance what we can.
I just caught something you said. You said
Yes.
something about Kathmandu.
Yes.
It may not be related to our today's topic,
It's
but
okay.
audience does not mind my dadagiri. I'm a very
Exactly.
dominant
Exactly.
dada. So
Absolutely.
can you tell us what exactly changed in Kathmandu?
Okay. I was in Bangkok working with SCAP, and then suddenly overnight I got a call from Human Rights, the Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights, to say, can you head the office there? Because it was the time when the monarchy was going to be overthrown. So those were troubled times. And we were there in between those troubled times. And the highest thing was there was never a single bullet fired, even though there was chaos across the country for about 2 months. So,
Right.
and really being alive there, where one side you have the army, one side you have the protesters, one side you have different stakeholders, and yet the palpable one where you know that there is gods sitting there in many ways, many forms. That was a different flavor to life. However, apart from that, yes, I went length and breadth of Nepal. So
Okay.
from Janakpur to Mount Kailash. So you can see, both left, right, everywhere.
In Kailash, any experience that you would like to
Absolutely.
share? That you'd
Oh,
like to share?
yes. Oh, sure. I'll start with that. So this was in 2007. I'm talking about September. And 2007 was still primitive. There is no roads, there is nothing. So we actually have to drive down from Kathmandu to Mount Kailash. And when we had gone there, the problem was that there was some problem, so we couldn't do the parikrama. So we went to the inner Kora and to the Saptarishi caves. So having been in Saptarishi astrology, this was a lifetime opportunity for me to see the Ice Lingam and the Atmalingam. So
Oh,
rarely people would go down there because this is not actually to see the north face or the south face. And no, you go directly inside the inner Kora. And because there was whatever the strike, which we said we will take completely chance and say we'll go there. And we had to climb higher than the north face because
okay.
this is reaching the Atmalingam and the
Okay.
ice lingam. And the
Okay.
Atmalingam was the one which was actually, everybody says they have Atmalingam both in, I've gone to Gokarna, I've gone to
Yeah,
many
yeah, yeah. I was
places.
about to
Everybody
come to
says
that.
it's Atmalingam, but this is one of the Atmalingams which was given to Ravana because the Rakshas Tal is this side and Manasarovar is this side. So we went up and actually did a Rudra Homa because it was actually Purnima. We did a Rudra Homa down on Pradosh Day near Manasarovar, and we climbed up because you have to go to Darshan and that was climate. And then we went straight into the Atmalingam and the Ice Lingam. So before the Homam started, just before the Homam started, we are having the Homam. And of course, since I come from a Brahmin background, we all recite Rudram, Chamakam, all that is normal in our house. So we all participate in that. And suddenly, you don't have any roof or anything like that. You wouldn't believe in my hand, I got a Ganesha, a stone Ganesha. And everybody's saying, from where did this come? I said, I don't know from where does that come. And it was like the Ganesha, I still have the Ganesha, of course, it's in my puja. And the Ganesha comes in my hand, and the whole people are shocked from where does this Ganesha? There's nobody to fall, nobody to throw a stone, nothing, but yet the Ganesha makes his appearance. Fine, we finished the Rudra Homa, and this was about 3 o'clock.
Can I
And it
interrupt?
got,
Can I
sure,
interrupt you? Can I
sure,
interrupt?
sure.
You're saying Ganesha. I didn't hear because there was movement
I
here.
said
You're
Ganesha
saying
as Ganesha in my hand.
appeared.
Yes,
Appeared.
in a stone Ganesha. Right. Okay. Now, having
Guys,
said,
this is a moment. This is
and
a moment, guys.
and then you're walking, and we said, okay, we'll come down. And since it is a very steep, about 20 kilometers walk up with no roads, with nothing. I was the youngest in the group then. It was 20 years ago. So absolutely the youngest in the group. So the rest of them had to have helpers, and one of them was having a little leg dislocation. So I said, use my helper, and I came down myself. And I was just coming down, and suddenly it just got completely dark and hailstorm. And here, mind you, there is no path. If you don't know, if you don't have a helper, and you don't know which mountain you are in or which mountain you have descended, you have no clue where you will go. I reached a certain point where I didn't have sense of direction at all. There is a gorge on one side, deep that side, and here I don't know which part of where, and I'm just there with the hails falling, and I literally yelled and I said, now God, now you show me your presence, because there is nobody can ever find you there ever in your life, even because there's no helicopter, there is nothing, there's nobody, there's no rescue, nothing. If you're gone, you are just gone. Because this is inner Kora, not the outer Kora where people walk around, there's a lot of movement, etc. This is inner Kora where nobody, unless and until you have been destined to go there, that you go there. Otherwise, there's no chance. So I literally I did bellow a lot. And there came a dog. After 20 minutes, it came and it led my path for the next 40 minutes. There's no
My
talk, there's
God.
nothing.
Ma'am, Bhairav.
Absolutely, Bhairav.
Oh
Who
my
else?
God. There's Kal and there's
अभी भी
Bhairav.
मेरे रोंगटे खड़े
हाँ,
हो रहे हैं.
मेरे भी.
आज तक मेरे रोंगटे खड़े होते हैं.
Amazing.
Ma'am, Kal and Bhairav. Oh God.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल वही है. और कौन है? If only I had a little more courage, I would have fallen at his feet and I said, thank you, for all that you have done in my life. 45
Can
minutes later, then
Mhm.
people were thinking, where did this girl vanish and what happened? Because they were all in a group. And here I am, just to see differently how the Lord can appear, how he can lift, how he can lead, and how he can take you to destination.
Amazing. Amazing experience, ma'am. What was your age approximately at that
I
time, if
was
I'm
I was 40. I was 40. 40.
Okay.
Har Har Mahadev, ma'am, can we see that Ganesha which you get?
It is
All-
out somewhere in my other place. I don't want to miss, because once I miss, I'll get up. That's why I didn't get up at all when even the Swamiji was talking, because, everything has got its own. Definitely share with you one day. एक दिन कहीं और कोई और definitely मैं दिखा दूंगी, definitely दिखाऊंगी, because अभी भी मेरा रोटे खड़े ही हैं, अभी नीचे उतरे नहीं है,
हमारे
because
भी खड़े हैं।
that is life, and you can see the God जो आसपास खड़े हैं ना, you can see him and feel him in every way, in every form.
I just something I just want to ask. Okay,
Sure.
I do not know why I'm asking it.
Sure.
Something to do with milk or a child or something on the way. Anything to do with milk or a child on the way.
Milk or
together.
a child? नहीं सर, ऐसा तो नहीं था, because all of them, mind you, I have been my time in the south was very less, and the whole team was, the whole people who came, that whole all the pilgrims were all from the south, and that was the first time I was exposed to Tiruvachikam, and all the Nayanmars and their words, and I'll tell you another story here. This is like even more mind-boggling. We had a man who was come from Coimbatore. This story is even more incredible than mine. He was a staunch DMK, okay, and he was a staunch DMK who used to really break Shivalingas. Okay, this is a story. I traveled with him for 15 days, and he was 68, 69, and there he just got my belief system rattled. At 68, 69, suddenly, I don't know what, he went to Tiruvannamalai. And not even Tiruvannamalai. Near Tiruvannamalai, there's something called Parvatamalai. Okay. Which is like, even today, up to about certain point, you can easily walk. But after that, you have to catch, it's called, you have got
Crowbar mountain.
iron crowbars. Yes, you have
Crowbars.
to catch that, crowbars, and then only climb. Even today, whole night, people stay awake at Parvatamalai just to see the Lord in different ways, different forms. And he had gone there once, and one Siddha came to him and said, "You will start speaking on Shiva." And this man he's a staunch DMK for 40 years, 50 years of his life was only DMK, because he was only 68. He started being DMK probably at the age of 13 or 14, and he told me, "I went to temples and I have broken Shivalingas." I said, "Fine, okay." And that man would open his mouth and there would be a flow of these Shaiva Siddhanta, because he went for the course after 68. When he came, he was 72. And 3 years he learned Shaiva Siddhanta like a madman. So there is no age to learning. And once we were reaching Nilam, or a little bit more, Saga, I think, he couldn't pass urine. Okay? He couldn't pass urine. And that man couldn't climb. Of course, he didn't come to the inner Kora. Even at the Manasarovar, he was just lying down. He just was in pain, in no man's business pain. He was in pain. We could see the pain. No eating, no water, nothing. Just in pain. But he saw the Lord, because it was Pradosha, it was Paurnami. He just saw him, and he was quite content. And then we came to a certain point and he was air dashed. You know what he had stones in his kidney. What do you say for this?
My God.
He had stones in his kidney.
My God.
So you know how it hits? This is life too.
Ma'am,
Yes.
you are from Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is
Yes.
the land of Lord Shiva.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a controversial statement, but I have traveled quite a
Yes,
lot in
absolutely.
Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
Sapta Vidangal, Sapta Sthanam,
Oh,
several.
yes. I was going to talk on Sapta Vidangal, exactly.
Yeah. So I've done it 3 times.
Wonderful.
In a year.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
In a year, and Sapta Sthanam also I've done.
Okay.
Mahaperiyar.
Okay.
Difficult for me to pronounce his name.
That's okay. Don't worry. That's fine.
I used to have his book, which lost somewhere, but
Okay.
I have
Right.
only one volume, bit
Okay.
costly,
Right.
definitely. So, which is that one temple in Tamil Nadu? You know, the temples over there are 5,000-year-old, and
Absolutely.
I've
Yes.
been to
Yes.
where Shiva is the nephrologist.
Yeah.
I've been to Vaiteshwaran Koil also several
Yes.
times, you know,
Yes.
all that kind of thing.
Yes.
Which is that one temple, probably everybody knows it, but some unknown temple that you had a divine experience.
No, sir. Now, there are many. Every time I go nowadays into a temple, I have completely different experiences. So I'll just share a few of them basically, but I thought I'll start with the Sapta Vidangan only reason because, Shivaratri. So how does it start? So we know why Shivaratri is on a Trayodashi or a Chaturdashi, depends upon whatever comes. The mind is absolutely at its where you can really win it over. So that when that Shivaratri finishes, your mind, you can extend that state of mind until the Amavasya, because complete mindlessness, whichever way. So you all know, I think, the story where you had even a monkey by mistake, on the Shivaratri night. He was sitting on a tree, and because of he had to escape from a tiger, and in that, that it was a Vilva tree, and automatically he started. The Vilva fell on the Shivalinga by mistake, not that he did anything, but through his hand, or through his shaking and whatever. So just about how nature can play a role. And having done that, and Parvati was disturbed, and he said, "Now I cannot do anything because even a monkey does gather that punya of what you have done on that day." So what he was given is the next janma, he became Muchkunda Chakravarti, who
Okay.
has a monkey face actually. So he became one of the kings in Tamil Nadu, and he went to help Indra. Okay. So having gone to help Indra, Indra said, "What do you want? In gratitude, what do you want?" So he had seen one Shivalinga which Indra was praying. And that Shivalinga Indra got from Shiva, no, from Vishnu, who had kept it in his heart. Okay, because he had done something for Vishnu, and he said, "I want to pray to that Shivalinga." So then he said, "Okay, now that Muchkunda Chakravarti is asking that specific Shivalinga," Indra was reluctant to part with it. So what happened? He said, "I'm going to create 7 identical Shivalingas,
Yeah.
all in emerald." Okay.
Yeah,
And he says, all emerald, and says, "How now you select the right one and take it." Now Muchkunda, being another Shiva devotee, sleeps in the night and says, "How do I find out? Because I don't, everything is the same." So then
Right.
God tells him, "Go, there are many variations to it, but I'm only taking the Gandha part because attached to the Mooladhara." So he says, "You go and smell those Shivalingas, and the moment you really get the smell of Vibhuti and that's mine." So he
Who,
goes and
who
actually
told?
smells.
God only says. God only says.
Yes, in the dream. Otherwise, how will he know? So he goes and smells it, selects the correct one. So then when he selects the correct one, Indra says, "Take all the 7." So they are all called Vidanga. Why? Because V is no. Danga is something which is held or chiseled by hand. Danga, you have danga karte hain na, chisel karne ke. So this is Vidanga, which is not hand
Yeah.
done anything by hand at all. And
Correct.
so he got that, and that is why it's called. And they've put it in 7 places. They've put it in 7 different places. And the main one, the one which is the heart, is the one in Tiruvarur, which is Tyagaraja. Okay. Now Shiva is normally only Vishnu is Raja and all that, and king, and he will have the king's Vesha and all that. Okay. But Shiva has got 2 forms of Raja. One is Nataraja, one is Tyagaraja. Right? This is the only 2. Every other Shiva name will be Ishvara, that, this, whatever. All that names will be there. Only these are 2 Tyagarajas. No, Nataraja and Tyagaraja. And Tyagaraja is there in all these 7 places. Why? The Tyagaraja form has got Shiva and Shakti, and in between there is Muruga praying to them. Now you can relate this to what our Swamiji said about how the Shiva and Shakti come together, and only when Shiva and Shakti came together that they could actually slay Tarakasura, because they want Tarakasura could have been destroyed only by the child of Shiva. So usually what happens is in most temples, Muruga is standing. Whereas in the Somaskanda, where he is praying to his father and mother, sitting, he is not standing. And all these are not made again. These are all there already. This Tyagaraja form, he got it. And that is how this Tyagaraja, the Vidangas are always attached only to Tyagarajas and only the 7 temples basically.
Right.
Now, having said that, we all have 7 chakras. Each of these temples have chakras. Now, if you go to Patanjali Yoga Sutra, what they will say, to stop the mind, they will say, stop what is moving. The mind is moving, senses are moving, breath is moving, whatever is moving. That is where your ultimate liberation happens. Or you come to that state of equi-mindedness, because once you have this movement, why they say, now exactly, what did he say in Swara Yoga? Same. You observe the breath and you start looking and you say, okay, which Swara is coming and which Tattva is coming. So slowly, we need to only go to this Angula. We don't need to go this time. We don't need to spend our energy. So once you know and you are aware of movement, automatically you will slow down and you will start. So here, each of these 7 places denote Natana movement. And each of those Vidangas have got a separate movement. Very interesting and extremely interesting. Where first Tiruvarur Tyagaraja, he is the one in the heart. It is called Ajapa Natanam. Why it is called Ajapa Natanam? The Natanam is exactly like a breath, Swara Yoga. Why it is Swara Yoga? Because Vishnu had it in his heart. And how does the heart go? And there is a tribe specifically for it. They are trained for it. And you will see when the Lord comes out, the Tyagaraja comes out, exactly that kind of movement will be there. And each of them are so adept at it. It is not that they are like anybody can go and do. No. When you say you try and match that movement of breath, it is quite an uphill task. No, we try and do that. That is, literally like, that is the heart chakra, literally. Then there is one where you have Kukuranatana, where 2 cocks are together and they move and they fight, they do that kind of Natana. One is Brahmari, like a bee, where you go circular in motion, Swadhisthana. It is completely circular. And that hum and the way they would do that, and they will go inside and come out. They'll go inside and come out. Brahmari, exactly that way. Then there is yet another one, Kamala, where you have it is the blooming of the lotus. And exactly like Sahasrara Chakra. And how they do it in the Natana form, the movement of that is like next to amazing. Next to me. So each of these temples, when you visit, is what will bring whatever we need to release or whatever we need to get. And that exchange itself is, and one is called, the one is Darbaraneshwara, where you have Shani as the most, Tirunallari, where Shani is the main god. You have Unmatta Natana, completely lost it. You can do what you want. And that Natana you will see is like, that energy and that Natana is like, yes, you need to forget the world also to reach him. So each of these temples and each of them have completely crazy ways of going about it. Now, having said that, what experience? Just last week, so we had gone to Tiruvarur. So my husband is not keeping well. So we said, okay, let's go to Tiruvarur. So we went to Tiruvarur. So when we got up in the morning, they said the temple is closed because, there was some death in the room. So I said, okay, fine. So I went to the tea shop and I said, what is this? When will it open at all? So they said, no, only after that, because in Tamil Nadu, most of the temples will close off if there is a death in the vicinity. They will open only after the body is taken, and they will do Shuddhi to the temple. Only then the rest of the program and rest of the pujas will continue. So I said, okay, fine, what do I do? So I was just talking to him. Then I just didn't say anything. I said, left it. So when I was leaving, he said, what are you going to do? I said, in Tiruvarur, you have Tyagaraja. The problem in Tiruvarur is Tyagaraja only you can see him until his waist. You can't see his pada. And nobody is allowed, even today, the priests, when they are not allowed to see, they're not allowed to feel. They just have to lift it from the last, and then that, because it can create havoc within their own system. But the Pada is just about 1 kilometer away. It's called Shiva Pada. It's called another place, which is called Vilamal. So his Shiva Pada is there, where Patanjali prayed to see the Shiva Pada of Tyagaraja, because he only one who established Chidambaram, and he knows the Natana there. So he said, I want to see your Shiva Pada. So he says, okay, you come to Vilamal. Ambal says, you come to Vilamal. So she showed him. So I said in the morning, I said, I'll go to Vilamal, I'll see Shiva Pada and go. Normally, you should see the face of the Tyagaraja. Only then you should see Pada. That is the way it is normally. Okay. So then I said, yeah, maybe. Then he said, why don't you do this? Go to the, there is one Tirkara Vasal. There is another Vidanga. He is Adi Tyagaraja. I said, oh, really? I said, okay, fine. She said, it's only 10 kilometers. I said, fine, I'll go. So when the car was there, I said, okay. So usually when I go, I usually carry, because these are all village temples. They don't have much for rice and dal and all that. So I usually carry with me rice and dal and some jaggery and whatever, just to give it to the temple. So we went with nobody inside the temple. So we went inside. That man is telling me, I said, no, this is for, he said, okay, keep it in front of the Swami. We kept it. And he's telling me, I was just thinking, that the main priest hasn't come because there's only somebody who's just coming in as standby. He told me, go buy rice and all and come. I was thinking, where will I go and buy? And here you come right with the rice. What do you tell with this man? So you have been directed. I don't know in the morning that I'm coming to this temple. I have no clue that there is, I know there is a temple. I know there is Sapta Vidangans, but nothing that I have charted out or talked, nothing. Just that it flowed. We went. He was there. He showed us. He was the one who told us, in all the Vidangan temples, there will be always a sword, because God is waiting to cut all your pashas in different ways. In every Vidangan temple, there is 2 swords in front of the Tyagaraja, and Nandi is standing, not sitting. All the sudden, because God is in a state of, I am in a state of hurry to say, okay. So instead of not to waste time, even Nandi is not sitting. He is alert, standing, so that the God can jump over and take him wherever he needs to be taken. That is how it is in
Beautiful
most of
statement.
the time.
Beautiful statement you said. He'll take us where we need to go.
Absolutely, sir. And each of our chronicles of temples is less more. One temple alone I want to mention here, but I cannot avoid but mentioning. We go to every temple. So many temples are either you carry, when you accumulate punya, or you dissolve papa. So these are the 2 kinds of temples normally. But our masterminds of our ancestors have created one more temple. It's called Perur Temple near Coimbatore. That when you enter that prakins, no karma will accumulate. Can you imagine?
Sure.
The karma is suspended for that time. That is, you will not have any karma, and you are there in that part of that sanctorums. ऐसे भी होता है. देखो, my hand, really, it's so powerful that it's cancelled at various levels. Just standing in a temple, forget about looking at the Lord, small secondary, third, fourth, fifth, but just that prickings, that you will not carry anything from outside, and you are completely non-karma zone. Even that kind of places we have been able to create. Then imagine the physics, chemistry that all has gone behind it. That means your head, all the hypothalamus, and the pineal gland, and your chakras, all are in perfect alignment, that you don't need to do anything. That means that Shiva Tattva is already reached there at that level. But the problem is, the moment we step outside, everything will start coming back. That's a different issue. That happens with Ganga also. You can't do anything. The moment you step into the Ganga, everything is fine. And everybody is waiting outside. The moment you step out, here, I come back to you. That is, but here, that it's so perfect.
I'm tempted, only twice or thrice I've spoken about it. I'm tempted to intervene. As you
Please.
said, no karma, no
Yes.
karma. In astrology, maybe 1 or 2 know, okay? But one of the greatest astrologers, or 2 of them, one known, one unknown, okay? has mentioned in one place, okay, and then he removed it, okay. There is a methodology to
Yes.
calculate, it's a mathematical calculation, okay.
Absolutely.
There is a methodology to calculate 7 minutes in a day.
Yes.
There is this 7 minutes when planets don't act.
Yes. They do.
And this 7 minutes is also where, this for everybody, okay, where the free will, it's a dangerous time. It's a
Yes.
dangerous, where planets don't act and the free will is at its peak.
Yes.
Is at its
Absolutely.
peak. So, I was kind of this thing. One quick question. I've been wanting to find out Pradosh Kal.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
And there were two people only I found out. There is an exact time in that Pradosh period. Okay. Pradosh Vrat. There is an exact time. There was one man in Andhra Pradesh. He came, he had a panchanga. I'm forgetting that now. This is 15 years back. I had tried contacting and all that, and they had just shut down the thing. He died, his son had this thing. And one person in Gujarat. Okay. Gujarat, a Pandit just told me not the calculation.
Okay.
But in Pradosh, there is that 1/2 a minute. When is the time to offer to the Lord?
There. If you want, let me go and ask, because I have somebody these ways very, very interested. I will ask them and let you know, because
You
they
won't
do
be
that.
wrong.
Sometimes I am guided. They tell me at 5:47, 5:48, just put it there,
Yeah.
But coming to your answer for the other one, which you said 7 minutes, it is not a big, it's not science. It is science, but it is not a big deal at all. It is just that put your tongue onto the top palate, okay? Close your mouth and try to breathe in and out 6 times. You will be really surprised the more we can really do that nervous systems really come and take a they come to that level of alignment, which will give you that window. Because you can try and do that, you will not be able to very easily succeed. But just that 6 breaths with maybe 10 seconds each, but with your tongue on the palate, close your mouth, and just that will be enough to just push that pineal gland, to push that amritadhara, to say, okay, can you just put not millimeter, nanometer or something smaller, to just push it to say, okay, now I'm trying to open. Just that much.
Okay.
That nervous system reset, initially just the nervous system reset, but more we go, that really flips that, and the 7 minutes will automatically start working in your favor. You will start doing things in the 7 minutes, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
This
good.
is combining Swara Yoga and your question. Sorry.
Right. I have one more question, if time permits, from your side.
Sure. I am okay.
You've met so many people. You met Pandits, high scholars, you met yogis, you met Kailash, you've gone Nepal, okay, Pashupatinath, everywhere. Okay. So, what is the most powerful and easiest ritual? We are humans, we want
No, don't
guidance.
worry, sir. I also look only for shortcuts. Don't worry. We all.
That
I used to do. Yeah.
that pleases the Lord.
Yes.
That
Definitely.
easiest thing that pleases the Lord that you have found. Okay.
Right. No, I started off with, because of my heavy karma, and I know of whatever I've carried a lot. So I used to do Saptashati. I was crazy. And that's been going on for about 35 years now. And crazy in the sense, honestly, unmatta, where you will say, I'll read maybe 9 times in a day, but all those completely, not like, again, I'm not ritualistic, like, aise hi karna hai. No, just for the love of reading it. And then I said, no, I think I'm going a little too much. So again, looking for shortcut, and I've gone to Rudra Chandi, which is shorter. It's much, much shorter. And everywhere he says that you can't do this. No, this is very, very short. And not like this 1.5 hours, and not Samputi Karanam, where I read one to the above and one from the behind, and one line from up, but one line from behind. Not like that. Just very simple, straight, 20 minutes, you are done. But then you have to have a little bit of bali. That's thing. But we give dahi chawal only, nothing great, nothing this one. But of all that, what I have said is, what I have found is just breathe. And I think Swara Yoga is the fastest. Just breathe. If you can chant along with Om Namah Shivaya, fine. If you don't, just to watch it as well, how restless. It has taken me more than 10 years of not doing anything to say, I have been extremely anxious and I'm extremely, that kukura natanam is what is going on in my just to be aware. Forget about, I'm not done anything further. Just an aware. Oh my God, this is the level. I said, my God, okay. Because it takes a lot of filters, lot of things. Although I know I've been into Swara Yoga for a long period of time, try to absorb, gauge, gather information, read, and all that. But that much only learned little that much. But now when you really see it, is really like as bad as a cock or as bad as a, not that they are any bad, they're just some semblance of what we do and how we are. We can align ourselves with them and we can reach through that. That's yet another path. But mine is only baseline. So
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time that you've given and loved the
no. I
story of
thank you because
Kailash.
yes, sure. Go ahead.
Loved. One last question.
Sure. Sure.
Nepal is the mystical center for us.
Yes.
Did you meet any rare Lama?
Oh, yes, a lot of them. Not only lamas, aghoris, and oh my God, it's like I wish I was a little bit more mature as I am today. Then I could have understood them or, got them home and all that. But of course, my children young, they were thinking I was already mad. So I couldn't go down that route. But on Shivaratri day, you wouldn't believe the kind of people, the kind of aura, the kind of places, people who would just flock.
Okay.
And yet, in that, and people will stand in lines, etc. We would always get a chance to say, somewhere somebody will say, please come, and we would see and go. But, oof, that is, I wish I could have learned more Tantra, more deeper understanding of what it was. It's not that I would not given opportunities, just that how they went with Tajik Horas and how they would, with prashnas and how they would look at your face and they would say, this is not standing here. Oh, okay. But then, my husband was just getting initiated into, Shiva and Shiva Puja. So that was a little more esoteric for him to, but that Bhagavati temples at every nook and corner, the Kali temples, and the kind of rituals and sacrifices, my God, that's just.
Okay.
But you have to be there to breathe that air. And that time my Sikh was not strong as it is today. But I was given, I think prematurely, I was given that opportunity to say, go and enjoy yourself or experience it. Probably I could have experienced it better now than earlier.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Janki ji. Maybe
you.
one day I'll have the pleasure and
Surely,
honor.
in fact, when you had come to Chennai, Satyanarayan told me, but you were busy going to that temple in the Tirumala oil and, you were going to all the three Ambal temples. So I said, okay, fine, I'll allow you to go. And you were not keeping well too then. So I said, okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Om Namah Shivaya to all of you.
Thank you.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we must thank all of our great speakers who are coming today. Okay, my sincere request, because now is when the admins of Saptarishis Astrology will take over and they'll start removing people whose cameras are off. Okay, I believe if you can't respect somebody, a speaker coming, whatever be the condition in life, okay, the cameras need to be on. You're free to exit. You can watch it without cameras on YouTube. Okay, the same thing is broadcast. Okay. The only thing we need to learn is to respect. Okay. It's the toughest job. And I'm going to share a story at the end of this session, which will honestly show us how Lord Shiva teaches us. Okay. And it is such a story. Okay. We're going to quickly have a break. We have Somuji. We're going to have a 5-minute break. There are elderly people present here. Like, we all require our washroom breaks, okay, etc. and all that. And Satyanarayan ji, in 5 minutes, can you please call up Somu ji? He's been having technical problems coming in and out, audio, video problems. So I request people whose cameras are off, admins will start removing them. Okay, and
Sir,
people,
he is already here, sir.
yes,
Somu sir?
yeah,
Somu sir?
I just want to have a 5-minute break if it's
1
okay.
minute,
And
sir. 1 minute, sir. I will call.
uh,
Somu
yeah,
sir, வந்துட்டீங்களா? Somu sir?
it's okay.
So,
We can.
1 minute.
Satyanarayan ji.
I will call.
Yeah, what we'll do is we're going to have a 5-minute break. In that, you can make the call and make him comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see each other in 5 minutes flat. Thank you. Cameras should be on by the time I come back. Can everybody hear me?